There's been a big social media surge all summer long where women ask guys how often you think about the Roman Empire. And I've thought about that question since T-Bob was on the show with us on Thursday last week or Friday, how often he thinks about the Roman Empire.
Yeah. T-Bob Hebert with us now, off the bench, ESPN there in Louisiana, 7 to 10 every morning, the Volume Sports Snaps. He's about to tape one of those. Welcome in, T-Bob. How are you? Good weekend?
I had a great weekend, boys. I've been battling shingles for 2 weeks, and Papa done turned a corner yesterday. All my nerve pain is pretty much gone. Shingles are almost gone. Saints win. I'm feeling ecstatic. Look, and plus, I would like to thank Alabama, right? Everybody in this world wants clarity. There's nothing worse than kind of living in the purgatory of who am I? Who are we? Are we good? Are we not? And up to this point in the year, because of this incredible LSU offense, there had been this kind of constant tease that, like, maybe you were championship good, right? Like, maybe there's a world out there where you're going around having. After this game, it's clear you're not. You have run into 2 championship-level teams this year, I would say, in Florida State and Alabama. You could say 2 playoff caliber teams. That's what I would say. And the games played out exactly the same. For about 2.5 quarters, your offense was doing enough to keep you in, even give you a lead at times. But in the end, just a complete and total defensive collapse ends up costing you any opportunity that you had. And it goes back to what we said the other day, boys. This was going to be a wonderful test of the old homespun wisdom of you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? Like, is that actually true? And in the ultimate team game of football, that is true. So, thank you to Alabama. Probably clarified things for me. Right now, I could just be happy with try to go 10-3, maybe like win a New Year's Six bowl. And I'm looking forward to the Alabama UGA heavyweight match. So we're never going to get in Atlanta because, I don't know. I'm actually kind of shocked that y'all are so happy about being a team that lost to Ole Miss. Y'all say the standard hasn't fallen, but I don't know. It kind of feels like it has with the reaction a little bit.
It is hard to believe.
But I'm sure it hasn't, though.
T-Bob, in my opinion, the 2 best quarterbacks in college football are Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, and both of those guys have 3 losses each because their defenses suck.
Yeah. No, there's a ton of similarities there, and unfortunately. Look, I have no animus towards Matt House, at all, right, on a personal level. And, of course, Alex Grinch just got fired at USC. Now, Alex Grinch had way more bad on the resume than does House. But the reality of coaching is ultimately it is a performance-based business. And even though LSU has personnel issues, especially after reviewing this film, I am just flabbergasted at what the strategy was to defend Jalen Milroe. I know you're afraid of him throwing the ball because he's been explosive this year, but they straight up put a game plan out. They game plan like how you would want to play against like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. And I'm not exaggerating there. There's actually some I have some sources that say that at least one coach who spent a lot of time in the NFL basically told his players that on the plane on the way back was, look, man, don't beat yourself up too hard. This game plan is the same thing we used in the league against Peyton Manning. I don't know why they did what they did. Every piece of analysis that we had defensively with LSU this week came with the core caveat that priority number 1 would be spying Milroe or really trying to contain him in the box and then see what you can do. LSU said, F it. They're we're just going to drop a ton of guys into quarters 15 yards deep, rush upfield and see what happens. And Jalen Milroe absolutely murdered them. So I think, look, man, I don't know. When the defense is this bad and you're paid $2 million if you're Matt House, one of 5 coordinators in the country, it's just quite simply not good enough.
I will tell you, I'm horrible at social media, but I did take time yesterday to search hands coming out of the grave GIFs.
Yes.
To tease your show.
Hell yeah.
To tease your show. I was like, you got to go listen to T-Bob when he wakes up and he does his morning show because it's going to be epic. It's got to be epic. Was it an epic rant this morning? No.
Hey, look, it's a very again, I find myself oddly at peace with the loss. because it is so clear. The games that hurt to lose are when you feel like you had it and you effed it up, right? As a competitor, I can lose to the team that was better than me and just be kind of like, okay, they were better. Like I remember losing to 2010 in Cam Newton. And he had the Heisman run where he like stiff arms Pat Peterson going into the end zone. And I'm sitting on the bench. The crowd's going crazy. And I remember thinking like, we're going to lose. Like, yeah, it's just, it's what it is. And like, this game is over. But whatever. It's not because like we shot ourselves in the foot. We just ran into the best football player I've ever seen. And again, as a team, Alabama is much better than LSU this year. And that was painfully clear the other night. While the offense of LSU may be better than any single group in that game, the LSU defense is just, and we said it, like sober analysis dictates that probably Alabama win this game because of that LSU defense. But you gas yourself up, you get pumped, you want to fight, and I'm going to do it again. I'm like that stupid goofy meme. I'm going to talk all this crap again next year. I'm going to come on here the week before the game, and I'm going to crap all over you, and all y'all Bama fans are going to spend all Sunday in my mentions, and guess what? It don't mean shit to me, okay? I'm coming back because I ain't stopping. But, it is what it is.
I will say this for those T-Bob Hebert with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline for just a few more moments. To those who didn't take time to search out your reaction to those that would call Dallas Turner a dirty player for the hit, I thought your reaction was interesting.
It's so dumb, and I'll try not to curse here. It's so dumb. It's football, guys. It's football, guys. What great player have you ever known that goes to hit someone and is like, I'm going to hit this guy responsibly. Like, I'm just going to hit this guy a little soft. Like, I don't want to hit him too hard. I have never met a single football player worth a damn in his life that has ever approached the game in that way. I mean, on Friday on my Baton Rouge morning show, one of the biggest parts of my rant was like, be violent. That's one of the best parts about football. You are celebrated for being violent. It is something that is quite literally lost in every other facet of society. No, like literally anywhere else, violence gets you in trouble. You are supposed to walk away no matter what. The football field is the one place where that is not the case. You make somebody bleed, you make somebody cry, you hurt someone, you are celebrated. Now, I will say this, my perspective comes from someone who I was a dirty player. I love cheap shots. I love stuff after the whistle. I love everything. We used to have a double KO knockdown player of the week, somebody that we would highlight that we just wanted to knock the hell out. And so I wish I had a killer like Dallas. Somebody in the morning show chat this morning, Alabama fan, was calling him Dallas sweep the leg Turner. I agree. Because that dude goes out there and sweeps the leg consistently. And guess what? I wish I had a player like that. So, no. Look, could have been targeting. Like, if you want to be mad about, like, something like that, that's the more nuanced conversation. Dirty player, dirty hit. To me, it's just football. I wish that Mason Smith or Harold Perkins could have caught Jalen Milroe up there and, like, broken his jaw. That would have been great.
T-Bob Hebert, friend of the show, and you guys wanted to hear from him. There you go. He's about to go record with Aaron Murray the latest snaps.
Look, Alabama, look. Just go do something. Like, don't you measure yourself in championships, not regular season wins? Like, go win the SEC. Go beat Kirby Smart. Are you going to let him cuck you once again? I mean, you're still barely clinging on to having this winning record against UGA and Kirby. Like, go beat him, and then you shut everybody up. Or you're going to lose, you're not going to win the SEC again, and then you're not going to win a national championship for the first time ever in the Saban era over a 3-year period. I mean, I don't know. That's up to y'all, okay? And don't come at me. You're just at that point, you're just yelling at a poor little kid. You're stealing candy. I'm out here worried about going 10-3. I'm out here worried about beating Graham Mertz, okay? My problems are not your problems. So you deal with whatever you got to deal with, okay? I'm out here trying to make sure Garrett Nussmeier might have to be ready to go against Graham Mertz and Billy Lampier.
Thank you, T-Bob. Have a great week.
Y'all take it easy.
All right, buddy. See you, T-Bob, with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.